As a Liverpool fan, you should know I love myself some bombing wingbacks. The two up the pitch, running up, getting crosses, getting it in the box. I love them. I just absolutely love them. So we're going to take a look at tactic today that uses those bombing wingbacks. Let's check it out. This is a tactic called the 3-4-1-2 bombing wingbacks. No, this is not a Liverpool type of formation, but the bombing wingbacks, I can't wait to see what Robbo and Trent can do on those sides. But for right now, as you can see, a 3-4-1-2 bombing wingbacks. These guys will run up the pitch. There is a description in the video tactic itself on the page I got this from. There is a video. This is from RPJ Football, whom we've seen, know, and love. He's done a lot of fantastic work in the tactic space. But basically, the beginning of the description says, the focus of this tactic is to utilize the wingbacks as your key players. The goal is to overload the middle of your pitch with players while pushing the wingbacks super wide. This then creates a 1-2-1-2-1-2 through the middle of the pitch, which has loads of passing angles and opportunities. There's plenty more to take a look at, so definitely check this one out. And again, the video in there is going to tell you all about the tactic, probably do a lot of what I'm doing here. And yeah, a lot of screenshots and everything. So definitely check that out, check the page out, and see what you think of it. But we're going to get into Liverpool, Aston Villa right now, Ipswich Town later on. The tactic will be at the end of the video like usual, but Liverpool, first place, 90 points, a fantastic start. Aston Villa in 6th, we've definitely seen better for them. Europa League next season, 64 points. Yeah, we've definitely seen them higher up in the table, kind of on the average from what we've been seeing, but Liverpool in 1st is definitely a quick mark to start working with. Liverpool's schedule unfortunately sees them knocked out in the EFL Cup 4th round against Manchester City and then knocked out of the quarterfinals of the FA Cup 0-2 against Norwich. That could be why. Right there. Robbo's sent off in the 15th. But trophy number 2 does come at the expense of Ajax, 3-2 in the Europa League final, beating some big teams. I mean, Man City right there as well. Atletico, definitely a well-deserved victory right there and a well-deserved trophy. So Premier League, we got the title. Europa League, we got the title. FA Cup and Carabao Cup, unfortunately, you miss out in the quarters in the 4th round, but still, 2 trophies is not a bad season. So I want to see how these 2 wingbacks do for us. Goals-wise, 30 for Salah, 25 for Nunez, Jota with 20, a fantastic tally, but only 13 assists apiece for Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold. I wonder why that is the case. Only 33 plus 4 appearances for Alexander-Arnold, though. 12 assists for Jota, for Curtis. So overall, I don't see the bombing wingbacks, at least in the Liverpool team, but a 7-3-2 for Salah, Jota with 7-2-7. Overall, this definitely worked for Liverpool. I'm just surprised that the Trent and Robertson assist tallies aren't way up. Oh well. Aston Villa's schedule unfortunately sees them drop out in 3 games to Arsenal. The first one you do draw at home in the EFL Cup semifinals, losing out away from home 0-1, and then losing out in the FA Cup 5th round 0-3. But they do get a trophy in the end. Europa Conference League final against Eintracht Frankfurt 3-1 after beating Fenerbahce, Real Betis, and Slovan Bratislava. So Premier League 6th place, it's not bad. We've definitely seen better. But Europa Conference League, winners, perfect. Out in the FA Cup and out in the Carabao Cup, both by Arsenal. That's kind of a doozy, but oh well. And with all of that said, we will see what that does for our Aston Villa squad. But goals, 28 for Diaby. There you go. Ramsey with 22 and 19 for Ollie Watkins. That's a good front 3 right there. Assists, 17 for Matty Cash. Alex Moreno with 13. Average rating, 7.48 for Buendia. 7.25 for Diaby. Not too bad. Kind of makes you want to bring Coutinho back though, doesn't it? Data Hub, Liverpool, all around attacking. You can see that. No dribbles this time around, actually less than Premier League average. And if we look at Aston Villa's squad, they got really high non-penalty expected goals per 90 in that one. Well done. And as we look at the Premier League stats, Liverpool not breaking that 100-goal mark, but 97 still topping the league. 83 for Aston Villa in 2nd place, tied for Manchester United. Fewest shots against Liverpool in 3rd. Most possessions, 3rd and 7th for our 2 teams. Dribbles made, 7th for Aston Villa. Liverpool not in the list. Aston Villa actually making most tackles won. We rarely see that one. And then best pass completion, Liverpool with 88%, not too bad. And most shots for, of course, 576 to 516's Aston Villa. Well, it did somewhat well for Liverpool and Aston Villa. Ipswich Town faring no different. 3rd place, not bad in promotion playoffs, so they had to do a couple of extra games, but 100 points, 98 goals, 131 for Norwich. That is crazy. But still, third place, promoted. And if we look at the playoff promotion spots, you can see semifinals against Cardiff 4-2, and then the playoff final against Southampton 2-2 in penalties. EFL Cup run is where they had it, but unfortunately out against Aston Villa, 1-4 in the fourth round, and then FA Cup immediately in the third round against Manchester United. So competition-wise, you get third place, you get promoted, a fantastic championship run. Unfortunately, FA Cup and Carabao Cup, yeah, you're knocked out. You did do somewhat well in the Carabao Cup, but still, not expected. But how does that translate to Ipswich Town's squad? You can see goals, 25 for Hurst, not a bad run. We've definitely seen higher, but 18 for Chaplin, well done. 11 assists is the top somehow with Wes Burns, the only one in double digits. And then only a handful of players in the green, 7-14 for Hurst. Wes Burns was 7-14 as well. The stats don't seem to say that they did really well, but overall they did. And as we move on to the championship stats, you can see most goals, Ipswich Town in second place with 104, and that is after playoff matches, but fewest shots against, not in the list. Most possession all the way down in fifth with 56, which is generally average. Fourth place, Ipswich Town, 7-2-3 for most dribbles. Most tackles won, not there. Best pass completion all the way down in eighth with 87%, and most shots for in second with 704. But let's take a look at this 3-4-1-2 bombing wingbacks tactic itself. You start with a sweeper keeper in attack, central defenders on the left and the right with a libero in support in the middle. You do have individual player instructions there, so definitely check that out. A complete wingback on the left and the right in attack, of course. Segundo volantes in the middle in support, an attacking midfielder in attack up front, and then all the way leading the line, an advanced forward in attack next to another advanced forward in attack. This is a positive mentality. In possession, attacking width is fairly wide. Passing directness is shorter. Tempo is higher. Mixed crosses and work the ball in the box. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute quickly, and distribute to the center backs. And then out of position, a high press line of engagement, a higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, and step up more. But now let's recap. How did it do for our three teams? Well, Ipswich Town coming in third place and getting promoted, a fantastic run for them. Liverpool getting in first place, a fantastic run for them as well. Aston Villa in sixth, we've definitely seen better, but you're Europa League next season, they're not too bad. 64 points isn't awful, but still higher than the 10th that they're expected to be in at the start of the game. But that is it for me, Sefin FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.